Okay, so today we're going to dive into some stuff about college track and field.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, recruiting,
Oh, yeah.
um, and just how it all works. I mean, I thought I had a pretty good idea, but this podcast I found called The Shocking Truth About College Track and Field Recruiting really, opened my eyes to some things.
Oh, wow.
Like, I knew it was competitive, but, the numbers we're talking about, the sheer number of athletes all going for the same
Right.
small number of roster spots, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's like,
Right,
kind of
yeah.
like trying to be noticed in a stadium full of talented athletes.
Yeah, it's a tiny needle, tiny haystack kind of situation.
Oh, exactly.
And, a big part of that comes down to the scholarships,
Yeah.
right?
Right. Yeah.
Like, there are only so many scholarships to go around.
Yeah.
And that's partly because of Title IX. And, they got to make sure things are balanced between men's and women's sports.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And also, athletics departments just have limited budgets.
Yeah, of course. They can't just give everyone a full ride.
Yeah, I guess not.
So that creates a ton of pressure on everyone, the athletes, and the coaches.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
The coaches got to try to build a competitive team with those limited resources.
Right.
And then athletes got to, do everything they can to stand out.
Yeah, but, when does that even start? I always figured, senior year, you're sending out your times and your marks and stuff.
Right.
This podcast, they were talking about, ninth grade.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I know it sounds crazy.
It's crazy.
But coaches, they have to think long term.
Oh.
They need to start building those relationships early, projecting potential, seeing who they think's going to be good down the line.
So they're not just looking at, who's the fastest right now.
Exactly.
Wow.
And, ideally, they want to lock in commitments before other schools even have a chance.
Oh, so it's like a race to recruit them.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
had no idea.
And the thing is, youth sports, it's becoming more and more professionalized.
Right?
Yeah, so that pushes the whole timeline even earlier.
Okay, so what does that look like? What do families have to do?
Well, so and this is another thing that really surprised me from the podcast.
Okay.
A lot of the cost of this whole recruiting process, it actually falls on the athletes and their families.
Really?
Yeah, things like travel to these showcases and competitions,
Oh.
entry fees for the events, even putting together those highlight reels, it's not cheap.
Right. Yeah.
And the schools, they don't usually cover any of that.
Wow. So you could have the most talented kid, but if their family can't afford to.
Exactly. That's what's so, tough about it.
Oh.
It creates a real uneven playing field.
Yeah.
And it makes you wonder how many amazing athletes are we missing out on just because they don't have the resources?
Yeah, that's kind of messed up. Yeah. Okay, well, at least technology is helping a little bit.
That's true.
Twitter, Instagram, you can kind of get your name out there.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Even if you're not going to all these showcases, you can still put up your videos, show what you can do.
Social media has totally changed the game.
Yeah.
It gives athletes this platform to connect with coaches,
Right.
show off their skills, no matter where they live.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about it. But, it's a double-edged sword, right?
Uh-huh.
Because now there's this pressure to be constantly promoting yourself.
Oh, yeah, I guess so.
And another competition.
Yeah, you have to be good at social media too.
Exactly.
So I don't even know, what would you even tell a kid who wants to go to college for track
Yeah,
and field?
it's tough, right?
Yeah, it's competitive. It starts early.
Right.
It costs a lot of money.
Yeah.
And then, you got to be good at social media.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the biggest things is to just be realistic, right?
Right.
Understand the landscape, understand how competitive it is.
Yeah.
But also don't be afraid to put yourself out there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And also take advantage of the resources that are available.
What do you mean?
Well, there are camps, there are clinics, there are websites.
Oh, okay.
There's information out there.
Right.
Do your research, talk to coaches, talk to athletes who've gone through the process.
Yeah.
Just, be proactive.
Yeah.
Don't just sit back and wait for someone to discover you.
So basically, if you really want it, you got to go after it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But, for those who make it, it's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean, getting to compete at the college level, that's a pretty amazing thing.
Yeah, that's true.
So, if that's your dream, go for it.
All right, so that's college track and field recruiting in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, yeah.
Well, I learned a lot.
Me too. I mean, this podcast was It was really interesting.
Yeah. Definitely gave me a whole new perspective.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're out there, you're thinking about college track and field, good luck, man.
Good luck.
It's a wild ride.
Yeah, but it can be a rewarding one too.
That's true.
All right, well, thanks for having me.
Oh yeah, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah.
Good talk.
Yeah.
All right.
And to everyone listening, we'll catch you next time. All right.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.